All right, we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tonight, we are going to be talking about our upcoming STEAM Camp. STEAM Camp starts next week, July 10th. And this session, this evening's information session is for that week. So I'm going to be dropping in some links and some different things just to keep you guys all up to speed as far as what's going on. I am Michelle Sabasco. I'm one of the directors here for the STEAM Camp, and I am joined by another fearless leader, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stacy Amedio. I'm co-directing STEAM Camp with Michelle.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to kind of bounce through these slides. I'm sure you guys all want to know what STEAM Camp is. It's designed for kids 11 to 16 years old, and it really gives them some hands-on learning activities covering all of STEAM. So they're going to get a little science, they're going to get a little technology, some engineering, arts, maths. They're going to be working as individuals, they're going to be working as teams, and there will be an opportunity for them to really showcase their learning. So we're really excited about it, you guys. So let's kind of move forward. Each one of the STEAM Camp weeks will have an overall theme to the schedule. So we're really excited about this new opportunity. First week, we're looking at people and innovation. Second week, we're looking at environmental innovation. And then third week, we're looking at technology. So we'll get more into what that first week is going to look like as we move forward. So week one, the theme is people and innovation. The campers will participate in STEAM-related college and career readiness curriculum using group activities covering marketing, human services, education and training, business management, and finance. These kids are really digging in. We're going to make it so that it is their speed, and so that they get it, and so they walk away with some really cool concepts. And don't be afraid if they're starting to learn some of those things and apply some of those things at home. Okay, that's our goal. Stacy, chime in anytime.
Not a problem. Would you like me to do the slide?
Yes.
I know you've been talking all day today, Michelle. So our drop off is at 9 a.m. That is when we are looking for our campers to be arriving, is 9 a.m. If you've been to the campus, we're going to be using the F wing entrance. It's not the same as the main entrance of the university, which is actually kind of in the picture there. That's the main entrance. F wing is on like the east side of campus. So we will be sending in the end of this meeting, we will send out where it says pictures and directions. We will be sending you a link as well as a map. So you can put the link in your Google and get directions directly to there so you don't miss the wrong turn. The back entrance is the best entrance to get to there. We do require all guardians to walk their students in and sign them in. Especially that first day, we also will need to check that all of the forms that are needed for camp have been submitted, and we'll talk about that a little bit more detail, but guardians must come in with your students. You can't just drop them at the door and run. You do need to sign them in and out every day.
Yeah, that's very important for our safety protocol. We want to make sure kids are getting home with the right people and so on and so forth. So bear with us. It is what it is, right? We're trying to take care of your kids. Help us do that. I did put in here a map, and it's just dropped in the chat here. So if you guys are not familiar with the campus, that's our map with the F building entrance. So take a look. We'll also email that out to you guys so you'll have access to it as well. This is an example of our daily schedule. So drop off is going to be 9 a.m. And we will get them all checked in and promptly taken care of so that they can start their wonderful day of activities from 9:15 to 11:40. During that time frame, they're probably looking at approximately 2 to 3 activities. And then from 11:40 to 12:25, they will be served lunch. Lunch is provided in the camp. So it is of utmost importance, I can't express this enough, that if your camper has a dietary restriction, we need to know as soon as possible. We're making plans and ordering lunch as soon as we, this week now. From 12:25 to 2:50, more activities, again, looking at about 2 or 3 activities. Depending on the age of the camper, some campers may do different things than older campers. Younger campers and older campers may be doing different things, and it's really just to keep them engaged. We don't want to bore the older campers to tears. We want to keep them, doing the thing.
Right.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and at 3 o'clock, that's the general pickup. So just in case you didn't see with the registration, there is something called STEAM Camp Plus, and that's the back half of the camp. So if you work, after 3 and you need a later pickup, if you haven't signed up for STEAM Camp Plus, let us know. We can try to make sure you get that added to your registration. It's an extra $60 for the extra 2 hours of care. But those are also going to be additional activities. It will be a smaller group usually, so the students will have a lot more one-on-one attention, and we're kind of doing more extensive things in STEAM Camp Plus because we have a 2-hour window during that activity. We try to keep things during the day pretty fast-paced, so the activities aren't super extensive. But in the afternoon, if the kids are staying for STEAM Camp Plus, we're letting them dig in a little bit more. So that is what you're going to be looking at for STEAM Camp Plus.
Yes, and of utmost importance are the bathroom breaks. Yes, they will have bathroom breaks. They'll have rest breaks and stuff if they need to get away and so forth. So we wanted to put that in on the slide. This is just some more information about that pickup. We wanted to, did I skip a slide here? Sorry about that. Just more information about the pickup and drop off are in the same place. You guys will see that campus map in the chat, and we will email it out. Again, not trying to give anybody a hard time, just for the spirit of safety. We want to make sure that the guardian or whoever is deemed the person to pick up has a valid ID to sign out their camper. Camp must be informed if a different trusted adult is picking up a camper. It's not a problem. We just need to know in advance who we're letting your child go home with. Okay.
Yeah.
Safety, safety, safety.
Right. And in case of emergency, we'll talk about it a little bit later in the presentation, but we do have ways to contact us during the camp. So if things change, like if you were the one planning on picking up your child, but now grandmother, cousin, aunt, uncle, friend needs to, please contact the camp and let us know so we have that updated name for the checkout. Like that's the biggest thing, is we want to make sure we know who's coming to get your camper the day of. And if things do change, we understand we have ways for you to contact us during the day.
Exactly. We did have a very important question in the chat. Thank you so much. Is there a list of what campers will have for lunch each day? We're still finalizing the details on that. In terms of lunch, what I can tell you for sure is that on Wednesday's field trip day, it will be a boxed lunch. But during the regular days, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, looking at more like a buffet style, we will help get them served. But think of things like Taco Tuesday, macaroni and cheese pasta Monday. It'll be things like that. So hot lunch, the kids will definitely be having hot lunch. They're also going to be getting a snack. So they'll get things like an apple or, one of those little bags of chips or some cookies or something, just to kind of give them a snack towards the second half of the afternoon when they're starving. Because we all have kids ourselves, we know that they're starving around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So just kind of going on, here's some more details about STEAM Camp Plus. If you guys are interested in STEAM Camp Plus, don't hesitate to let us know. There is still room available. It is a little bit of a smaller group, so we are able to do some more hands-on things with them. But there are just the same kind of safety logistics in terms of guardians signing up and stuff like that. So moving on, unless you had any other questions about that. And here's our exciting field trip. So this particular first week, the children will be going to Iron Oaks. Iron Oaks is in Olympia Fields. And I'm sending here a field trip permission slip, approval slip, whatever. It's a Google form in the chat. We will need your permissions on this form in order to take your child off of our campus. So for the first week, it will be Iron Oaks. I'll drop in the other field trip forms as well. Just disregard it if your child is not going to be coming to play with us the second or third week. Second week, we will be going to an urban farm called Links and Ties. It's near Chicago Heights. It's like Chicago Heights, Ford Heights. But it is a farm. So the kids will be, so you can see here that picture of the lettuce. The kids will be learning, you know, what that looks like. There's goats on the farm and just some really cool kind of things. And then on the third week, if you guys are interested, the children will be going to Bolt Field. At Bolt Field, they will be touring the museum on campus, and they will also be touring the GSU, Governor State University hangar. And this is where the kids will be able to kind of do some things with drones, and just really engage in all things aviation. So we're really excited about Bolt Field.
Yeah,
So,
and Bolt Field is in Moni, so it's just down the street from us.
Yep. Yep. So all three field trip approval forms, permission forms are in the chat. I will send it out again tomorrow. So don't worry if you don't catch everything in the chat. It'll all go back out tomorrow. All right, moving on. All right, Stacy, you want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So Iron Oaks is our first field trip. Like I said, drop off is at 9. Our transportation will be showing up at 9:30. So it's going to be extremely important if your child to be on time on Wednesdays. We would like them to be on time every day, but if we understand there's a reason they need to come late, let us know so we can have somebody meet your child at the door. But on field trip days, we don't have any activities planned on campus. So if they miss the transportation, they're going to have to miss camp for that day. So that's one of the things we want to make sure is pretty clear. So 9:30 is when we're having transportation pick us up. Every field trip will be on Wednesdays. So just have that in mind if your kid is doing camp multiple weeks. Also very important, so we know who's who and in our group. Most of the places we're going will probably be like one of the only groups there, but still we want to make sure we can identify who's our campers and that the facility knows who's our campers are. So we're going to give them a camp shirt. So make sure they wear that on the field trip days. Specifically for Iron Oaks, because it is in a forest preserve, they have required that everybody wear sturdy closed-toed shoes. Gym shoes that they don't mind getting dirty is going to be probably important. So don't send them with brand new kicks and them get mad that they get covered in dirt. So definitely, you know, worn gym shoes would be great. Nothing with open backs, no Crocs, you know, those kind of things. Michelle, see if there's another slide for this.
Sure.
Yes, here we go. Also prepare for the weather. Iron Oaks, it's a rain or shine kind of program, and they've asked students to think about sunscreen, bug spray. We're not providing them, so bring them or have your camper bring them, especially on this week. We're going to be out in the forest. I'm not as worried about bug spray at Bolton Field, but you know, sunscreen might be needed that day. And then water. We're obviously providing drinks with the lunches and things like that. But when we're outdoors and it's been hot, we want people to stay hydrated. So make sure they bring their water bottles. That'd be great.
Yeah, and you know, each of the kids are going to have a little backpack, one of those little like string backpacks that they can take to the gym. So they can, put in their bug spray, they put in their water bottle. We, give them a talking to that they spray bug spray as needed and not on each other, right? So, but yeah, so they'll have a little backpack too, so we're excited about that. All right. And then on Friday, oh shoot, sorry guys. On Friday, all of the parents are invited to join us for a Friday showcase. That'll be from 3 to 5 p.m. There's no cost for any of the kids to hang out with us. This is really for the parents to come and see what we've done. They're going to be presenting on their favorite activities. They can win prizes. And it's not mandatory, but totally suggested. The kids are really proud of the things that they've learned and what they've done, and they want to share it with you. So if you can come and see what they've done, bring the grandparents, whatever, we would love to have you guys come. F1622 does see quite a few people, so there'll be plenty of room. But we hope y'all can come to that.
Yeah, the location, that F1622, it's right off of where you're dropping your student off every morning. So just know that you don't have to go wandering around GSU to find that room. Just come where you normally enter your camper, and it's literally the room right behind our check-in desk. So
Yeah.
that is where it will be.
We make it easy peasy. So we have some examples of the activities that kids are going to be doing that first week. They're going to have a theater improv camp. That's going to be a Monday activity. They're going to have a business workshop. So they're really digging in. What's the pathway to become a nurse? What's the pathway to become an engineer? What do I do when I, work with electric vehicles or I work with drones, right? So they're going to be kind of engaging in some of those pathway thoughts. They're going to look at app design. We have a regionally renowned astronomer coming to present to the kids on local astronomy and just some of the things that are happening here in the stars in the next few months, including an upcoming eclipse. So the kids are going to be looking at some of that. We have some NASA sciences coming up. We'll have dance. The children will be learning sign language. They'll also be engaging in some hearing science. So we really cover quite a few things. We didn't talk about drone, but drone will also be in here. Robotics will also be in here. There's a lot. We have jam-packed a lot of activities in the camp. No camper will be bored. Let's put it like that. So
and things will kind of shift week to week. So like drones, you'll see more of that being talked about in aviation in week 3 when we are heading to the airport, versus talking probably more biology, life science things in week 2 as we head to the farm. And, this week is a lot about people and understanding people. And at Iron Oaks, it's going to be like team building activities and things like that. So we're really kind of doing a little bit of everything. And that's exciting, and especially the business workshops. I know that sounds like maybe that wouldn't be something of interest to your students, but we actually have somebody from our career services who really knows their stuff is who's actually presenting those workshops. And we know that just having people think about careers is a good, first step to put them on the right path to success.
Absolutely. All right, next steps. So we would like you to download and join STEAM Camp Google Classroom, and we're going to send you that link. So don't worry, that'll come into the chat, and it will also be emailed to you tomorrow. We ask that you submit all the required documents by this Sunday at 11:59 p.m. in the Google Classroom, so you'll get access to all of these things. The field trip. I'm going to drop in, here comes the Exploring program registration. Also, we need the lab safety form, so we're going to drop that link in for you guys here. The photo release, we will be taking pictures of the campers. We just want to make sure everybody has a photo release. That's part of our grant. And we will have a pre and post survey for the camper. We want to see, how did this impact your camper? What are they, how, spending time with us, doing different things, how did it impact your camper? So it's going to be very important that you complete that pre and post survey. The other thing is, we would like you to create or supply an email for student access to the Google Drive. Most of your kids know how to do this already. I mean, they survived the pandemic, so they know how to do this.
Yeah, we need them to have an email so
Yeah.
they can be part of the Google Classroom. Like, the instructors want to upload things for your students to be able to access even at home. And the only way they will have access to it is if, we set them up in our classrooms. So, if they did a really cool activity and they want to do it with their younger siblings or something like that, they'll have access. So, the Google Classroom is something new I think we're doing this year, and I think it will be useful. And that's going to be a little bit of your one-stop shop for where the stuff will go after tonight.
And I promise it'll be fun. It'll be fun, okay? This is not school. They're gonna have fun. The other thing here is, we'd like you to download the Remind app, and we will send that out to you guys so that everybody has that. I know it's one more thing, right? But we want to be able to communicate with you. We want to be able to send you, updates as what's going on throughout the day, send you pictures of what your campers are doing while you're at work and they're having fun. Sorry, but it is what it is. So we'll send you instructions about that and how to join and so forth, but we are going to be using the Remind app. So important details.
Yeah, the nice thing, I personally have to use it for my own son in his camp through the Park District, and it's nice. Like, in the morning, I get a text reminder through the Remind app, like, we need them to bring their camp shirt or whatever the case is. It is very nice. It's a good communication tool, and that's one of the ways you can communicate with us during the day if need be. It's a lot of usually one-way communication for us to let you know what's going on, but there's a way for you to reach out to us on there too.
All about the safety, right?
Right.
Things to think about. Register for another camp. We would like to invite you to please join us for any other camps. We would like you to invite your neighbors, your kids' BFFs. We have room available. If you do register for another week of camp, and so far you've only registered for the first, we are offering a 10% discount. So if you register for a second week, 10% off. We did talk a little bit about this post survey. Excuse me. If we do want you to engage in the pre-survey and the post-survey so we can really measure impact. So that'll be coming out too. The other thing we want to just mention is that we will be interviewing some of the kids for our grant funding. We want to know what, are they having fun? Is this enjoyable? Are we doing a good job? Right. And so it's just a way for us to sort of offset some of the costs for these camps. You guys know how much these camps usually cost. So we have been able to really keep the costs low. And that is thanks to our grant funding with CPAS. So there's going to be some interviewing and some pictures and stuff like that, just to kind of help with that funding, to keep support of that funding. So, invitation to register for another week. We would like to keep this as short as sweet as we possibly can. So we would like to now open this up for any questions. Before we do that, I'm going to stop the recording. So thank you so much for listening to this recording. If you weren't here with us live.
Yeah. And